I could restart investing at 20 years old, I'd do these 5 things differently and it would have made me a lot more money. Starting early matters a lot more than people think. If you start investing young, you have a lot of time on your hands, and time is the key for compound interest to do what it needs to do to grow your money as much as possible. Even if you're 18, 19 years old, you're working part-time, you have a little bit of cash that you're holding on to, investing this at 18, 19 years old to start building that foundation of your portfolio will help you immensely in the long term. Many people try timing the markets by buying low and selling high, but it's proven that over time, just staying invested in the markets will help you over the long term. If we look at 2 scenarios, we have Consistent Carl, who begins investing at the age of 20 years old. Now, Consistent Carl is investing $250 a month starting at the age of 20 into a broad market, well-diversified ETF, making 12% a year. 40 years later, at the age of 60, Consistent Carl has amassed a portfolio worth over $2.3 million. And this is by just being consistent of investing $250 a month. Now, let's take a look at Last Minute Larry. Last Minute Larry begins investing at 25 years old. Now, Last Minute Larry is investing the same as Consistent Carl, which is $250 a month, and he's also earning a 12% return on his money. This $250 a month that Last Minute Larry is growing in his portfolio, by the time he's 60, it'll be worth $1.3 million. So between Consistent Carl and Last Minute Larry, there's $1 million. And that's just because Consistent Carl started 5 years earlier at the age of 20 instead of waiting until he's 25. Another investment mistake I made in my 20s is trying to pick out individual stocks to get that win and get the 20% return that everybody's hoping for. Now, when you're trying to pick out individual stocks, a lot of the time people don't do the work behind it. If you're trying to pick individual stocks, there's a lot of analysis that has to go on behind that. So being invested in a well-diversified, low-cost ETF is the easiest way to compound your money over time instead of trying to find the new Nvidia. The third mistake I made investing in my early 20s is chasing these hot stocks. Now, these names might be on Wall Street Bets, these names might be on an Instagram post or on X, but trying to chase these hot stocks, once you see these hot stocks, they're usually already gone. There's no more upside to them, they're old news, and the hype fades away. Now you're left holding the loss and needing to restructure into something a little bit safer. The boring way to do it is to just keep buying ETFs or even at least blue chip companies that are going to have growth for years and years to come. The fourth mistake I made in my early 20s while investing is not being consistent. So being consistent means setting up a nice recurring investment every time you get paid. For example, if you get paid biweekly, every biweekly check that comes in, have a small portion of it go directly to an investing account. This will ensure over time your portfolio grows no matter what. Even as little as $250 a month invested consistently can take your portfolio to the next level when it comes to compound growth. And the fifth and final mistake I made in my early 20s investing, and I see a lot of other people make, is not maximizing your income. A lot of people get stuck working at one minimum wage job that you work from 9 to 5 or 8 to 4. Now, if you're trying to build wealth, you can't just have one stream of income, especially when it's a minimum wage position. Now, if you're working a regular 8 to 4, you also want to look at different opportunities to grow that income. Now, this can be anything from cutting grass or shoveling snow just to make some extra cash on the side. You can also reach out to some of your neighbors to see if any of the older folks need help cleaning out their basements, cleaning out their garage, especially when the summertime comes. You can also look at maybe selling some things that you have in your home that you don't use anymore or you don't like, and use that cash to invest even more. Having this extra side income that you can start adding as well to your investments will help grow your account and your portfolio so much more over time. The things you need to remember is to start investing as early as you can, keeping your investing simple, avoiding the hype, and remaining extremely consistent over the years. If you're in your 20s trying to build wealth in Canada, subscribe. I'm breaking down everything step by step to make it simple and easy for you.